What's up, guys? It's Michael here. Hey, how you doing? I know this is a little bit different than anything that is on my channel. Anything on my channel before has been car related and nothing else. I am the youth worship leader at my church, and I also do I also play guitar and drums at my church, and I'm one of the guitarists, like electric guitarists at our church, and that's mainly what I do. Our worship pastor, that's what he has me on doing, and it's one of my greatest things I love. I love worship guitar. I love guitar. I feel like, me personally, I'm able to worship better on guitar. It's just, I feel like that's where my calling really is. I know that sounds weird. Everybody's like, oh, your calling's for worship. Yes, it is, but something about the guitar moves me and the way I worship. So yeah, I wanted to do a video I've been waiting to do for a long time. I wanted some things to be done before I did it, and that was to do a pedal board review. I've been going through a lot of changes on my board. Some I didn't think I was actually going to do, but I'm really happy with it. Today I played this morning at one of our campuses at New Life Church in Augusta, Georgia. If you're looking for a church, come check it out. We have one in Martinez, Georgia, Grovetown, and then we also have a campus in North Augusta, South Carolina. Leave a message and I'll comment and let you know everything you need to know. Yeah, if you want to check it out on the website's newlifeeveryday.com. Got the addresses, we have videos up there. Just check it out. It's an awesome church. Changed my life completely, I'll tell you that. So I want to do a pedal board review, but first, what's a review? A gear review. Don't talk about your guitars. Well, we actually play. So this is, I'd always played a Les Paul back when I used to travel with my band a lot. When I say travel, I just did stuff around like our area and stuff like that. And I played Les Pauls. I loved them because it was more like a southern rock band that we did. And then getting into worship music, I kind of got away from the Les Paul. I mean, I still use it occasionally, but I was really into Strats. So I have a Strat. I don't have it with me here. Actually, here is my Les Paul, my red beauty. And I got some major plans coming with this one, and I cannot wait to see this thing when it's done. It will be one of a kind, I promise. But this right here, I was never really into big body guitars until worship music happened, and this thing came about. It's a lower end Gretsch. It's the Streamliner double cut semi hollow body. I was looking at the Junior, but something about, I don't know, ever since I got into worship guitar, it was changed everything. So on Sundays at our Grovetown campus, when I'm playing there, I play through a Vox AC15. I love that thing. I love Vox. But you know, we do worship music. At one of our campuses, the way it's built with the roof, like the roof is kind of shallow, so we don't have an ISO box over there. So I run a amp head straight into the system, but that'll change within in 2 weeks, and then I'll be able to bring what I play in youth, which is it's an older amp. It's a VHT Classic 18. I got some tubes from a buddy in Nashville who worked with Shaw amps, and he sent me some tubes. He said, try these out, and I still have yet to do it. So actually, I'll be putting them in later today, but I wanted to make this video first. This video was my main priority of my day after church, so I was really wanting to do this. So, let's dive on into the pedal board. Alright, so here's the board. As you can see, I don't have like a pedal train or anything like that. I bought a flight case online because we were doing a trip to Delaware and playing in Delaware. And I'm in Augusta, Georgia, Aiken, South Carolina area, so I can't, we thought we were going to have to fly, and I didn't have a case, so I was just like, okay, look, and I found a board combo with a flight case, and it has been worthy. And so basically it's just the board flipped with the top made with the board and stuff. So that's how it's sitting. So let me go to the signal change first. So, of course, guitar straight in. Planet Wave is what I use for my cable into my first pedal, which is my compressor, and it is a JHS Pulp and Peel, the version 3. This is actually my very first compressor because I didn't really understand compression and what compression does. So, yeah. So, let's see. This is my straight dry signal on the middle position. So this is with the compressor. So it just gives me it fattens it up just a little bit and gives me a little bit more volume. Not much, but it contains my sound. And knowing how compression works is the best way to use a compressor, because I've seen people use compressors before but not know how to actually use them. And sometimes it muddies up their signal and then they don't want to run a compressor no more. So yeah, so out of that goes, so my drive section, I kind of do it in stages, kind of don't. You'll understand why. As you can see, I have 2 JHS combo pedals, and these are probably, I've never been so happy with my drive section ever. And what's funny is yesterday, the JHS version 1 of the Kilt came in. I had ordered one, they discontinued them, and everybody jacked their prices up within like a week. And I found one for a really good price, only because it didn't come with a box, and he didn't have the original black knob and nobody wanted it. So yeah, so I don't know, I really don't understand that. But anyways, so that's what I'm running right now. I am just running it on the straight, just the original setting. The gain 1 switch is down, the gain 2 switch is down. Do have the low cut on, and then I have the boost running first, because I feel like, because sometimes I'll use a different pedal, something on the double barrel here, and I'll just want to boost my signal. I feel like if that boost is at the front of the chain, you know, it'll just hit that harder. So, and I just got a really saturated mid-range sound. So, like I said, here's my clean tone on the bridge pickup here. With the Kilt. Very straightforward. That is probably, I still can't get over that thing. Blows my mind still. And then of course the boost. Y'all know what a boost does. I don't know why I'm explaining it. Boost it. So, next I run out of that into the new version of the double barrel. The double barrel, if you don't know about the new version of it, it is a Morning Glory, the new Morning Glory on one side, and then the new Moonshine on the other one. And that Moonshine is very noisy, kind of like a tube screamer-ish to me. That's how I run it, at least. Some people use it as a distortion, like big overdrive. I use it more of like a tube screamer-ish. So on the Morning Glory side, some people don't run this red remote, and a lot of people don't know what the red remote does, but I'm gonna explain it real quick. The Morning Glory has a gain switch where you can increase the headroom on it, and it fattens up and it gets a lot louder. But some people run it with the switch up, but I like the red remote because sometimes if I'm using the Morning Glory and I really like the way it's sounding, I'll just crank it up. So like today we played Glory to Glory by Bethel. So I played that intro with just the Morning Glory on the. And then when I came in with the chorus, I just kicked on the Kilt. So, yeah, I missed that string. Oh well, things happen. So just, here's the Morning Glory. Turn these off. It's just adding a little bit of sweetness. My clean signal. I feel like it brightens it up. This pedal basically kind of stays on the whole time, unless, you know, I'm doing something specifically for a song. But if we're just in a spontaneous moment, which we do a lot at our church, that pedal is going to stay on, and I'll stack it like I did today. By the way, today was the first time actually playing with the kilt, and I dialed in from a setting from one of my favorite worship guitarists, and I saw what he used to use on it, and I set it the exact same way, and it blew my mind still. So this is with the red remote kicked in. So here's it with just the on the bridge pickup. I'll do it on the bridge pickup so you can really hear it. So yeah, it just adds a little bit more grit, not much. So yeah, and like I said, on the other side is the Moonshine side. Now I will say I run on the select switch, the order switch. I do run the Moonshine first, which is what works for me. Now I use the Moonshine side. The best way to explain it is, wait, here we go. Was today when we played Who He Says I Am by Hillsong. I've never been so happy with my drives. Even still, right now, I'm still blown away. So this one's just got a lot of grit to it, like a beefiness, really got my punchiness. But this one, just that saturated mid-range tone is amazing. So out of that, run to the VP Junior. I was running the MVP Ernie Ball MVP, but the line snapped in it, so I just bought this. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep this on there. I found a volume pedal I'm really feeling, so it might switch out in a little bit, but you'll see. So then I'm running to a pulse tuner, tunes things, you know. So out of that, then I move into my modulation stuff. Now this is where I wish I could say I was running stereo, but I'm not yet. Sad. I would really be liking to run stereo right here, but I'm not, but it's okay. It's okay. I know the difference between them, and I know people are like, I know somebody's going to comment and say, well, I can't believe you're running that, all that in mono, and you're a worship guitarist, whatever. Look, we don't really have our stages, and, you know, just how it is. Mono works for us right now, so, yeah, Jesus loves you. So out of that, I run into the Line 6. I think this is the DL4. I never can remember the name for it. DL4, yes, it says it right there. And I just have 3 different presets saved. I have a tape delay. Set kind of short. Then I think this is a dotted 8th. And then I just have one that I use for swells that's just... Of course, I mix everything else, reverbs, and when I do swells, but you get the idea. Out of that, I go into my newest reverb pedal, which I love this thing right here. The Boss RV500. I have not gone in and made every song that we play and done the tempos and stuff like that. I have not done it. I just have different banks of what I like. I have a plate reverb here. Hold on. And I'm with the worship people I watch and the worship people I follow, I am a huge Donald Trump huge reverb guy. Not soaking reverb so much where you're playing with a lot of reverb and you're playing full chords, because then you'll just get lost in a mix and it just becomes tragic. So yeah, if you're doing that, might want to change that up. But knowing how to play with your reverbs, I feel like that's another thing. So I just have like a little 4-second decay plate, and then I have this thing called the Space Echo, and I feel like it's kind of Boss's version of the Big Skies cloud setting. And I use this on choruses like Glory to Glory, Lion and the Lamb, where it's big but it's very short. And it's just gone. So it's just set on a 1.5 seconds, and then bank up. I have a little it's another plate, but it's a little bit shorter. I'll use that on big worship choruses. And then if I'm playing any lead worship lines in like a worship song, like Who He Says I Am, or if we're playing and worship pastor just calls me on something, then I'll throw on this huge reverb right here just to single note in and just go in and give me a lot of atmospheric and be able to cover a lot. Then I, just for fun, I have one with a shimmer that is controlled. Which I actually used today during one part where we were just giving a very spontaneous just build with cymbals coming in, and it just sounded great. And then I have the Boss RV500. And anybody who has these in worship know that these are mainly used for their modulation settings. So here's the dry signal. And that's just used on swells, and I have that thing, the time turned up really big, and a lot of times I'll play around with the effect level. But I usually use that on swells, and I leave it alone. Don't want to, like I said, don't want to overuse it. My whole board is being powered by the Walrus Audio. Now, if you know what the name of this thing is, let me know, because I have tried to figure it out, and I cannot figure it out for anything. I think it's the, forgive me if I butcher, but I think it's the Atos. Like I said, I am probably butchering that name really bad. But I didn't need the full 15-channel one. I think this one's 8 or 9. I can't really remember. But for more things I do want to do to the board, I will. I'm going to get the new Strymon power supply, the smaller one. I can't pronounce that one either. I'm going to have 2 power supplies I can't even pronounce. So that's them. I love my board the way it is set up now. Cable wise, patch cables, I am all over the place with patch cables. Forgive me, I know that is not good tone to have. But some of them are Planet Waves, some of them are just Fender custom shop power cables and or patch cables. One's a D'Addario cable, DiMarzio, and yeah, I know I need to do some George L's, which is what I am going to do here soon, very soon. Hopefully before camp that we're going to be doing here in a couple weeks, which I'll have a video up to about. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed everything. I hope if anything was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. I am awesome to talk about worship music, and the fact of like I like to talk about it all the time. It's what I do. So thanks so much.